want to extend him years past this, and then not only that, extending the quarterback comes with additional money. And you talking about adding all these incentives and all this stuff. Yo, he got to agree to that, number one, and then fam, yo, you delaying the inevitable. Yo, bite the bullet,
Yeah, eat
fam.
that shit.
Just eat
Eat
that
that shit and
shit.
let
Why
him
would
go.
he not?
You
Well,
Why
made a
would he not
mistake.
agree? Why would he
Call
not
it a
agree to
day.
it if he had a chance to make more money? And why would you eat that salary at the expense of
why would
losing a Stephon Gilmore or Dante Jackson when you can free up
But
Because
$12 million
you
the
can,
and
thing is,
pay?
yo,
You
Andy,
can
we
pay a
fam,
had
top
the
you
tier
acting
corner
like we
he
can't
$12
get
agreed
that
million.
money
to it,
elsewhere
and he
though.
might think he wants to get do better later. He's like, I already got 18 million. I got to agree to this, and then somebody else would probably pay me another 10 to be trash for their other squad. Why the hell
No,
would
ain't
I do
nobody
He
that?
not
paying
getting.
Sam
He
Darnold
not getting.
shit.
right?
Ain't nobody
Sam
Everything.
paying
Darnold
him.
was
Everything he's gonna
a
get is
mediocre
We the
incentive
white
only,
based.
we
quarterback
the
to
If
win
only
another
Jameis
team
ain't
in
getting
We
no
are the
here.
guaranteed money,
last stop on the
if
trash
Jameis ain't
talk.
getting guaranteed money,
Facts.
No, he's
We are the
not. He's
last
not
stop.
Colin Kaepernick. He's going to get
People
another
used to
chance,
people used to
y'all.
people
Stop.
people used to say the same thing about Sam Bradford, and he kept getting bad.
Yep, he
Sam
kept
Bradford
getting
got
sacked.
No,
Sam
Paid.
Bradford.
but
Yeah,
no,
Sam
that's
Bradford
that's
got
a long
no.
time
paid.
ago. We saw as of recent Jameis Winston. If Jameis Winston ain't getting most of his contract is incentive based.
What
Taysom Hill is
what
Black.
incentive
Sam
based.
We
do?
already
You can
know
This
it's
is
a
a league where
difference if
Nathan
you a
Peterman is
black or
still
white
getting snaps.
quarterback. Stop it.
Nathan
We
Peterman is
also
still getting snaps, y'all. Please, he's going to get his money. He's not gonna say,
y'all
"Yeah, that's my
dude.
pay."
If
He's
we
gonna
if
get
No.
another
think from
job.
I'm talking from a cash perspective. If Sam Darnold is going to get $18 million next year, guaranteed. But if we can ease it against the cap on paper,
Why?
you see
Why
these
though?
listen,
We do
these
have people we
gymnastics
got to
that
resign.
these gymnastics that the Saints be doing every year. I don't know how the
Right.
fuck they can pay
Right.
Michael
Okay.
Thomas
But
$20 million,
okay.
but they
Converted
can
to
pay
signing
The
Kamara
bonus.
Saints be
Fam, fam,
winning.
fam,
The
fam,
$15 million.
fam.
players
Hold on,
have
hold on, hold
Fam,
reasons
on,
to
you
hold on.
stop
Let
right.
me get it. Let me
violence
get it out. Let me
Yo,
get it out. Let me get it
dunk,
out. Let me
dunk,
get it
dunk,
out.
dunk. You
Let me get it
right.
out. Let me
You
get it out.
right. You right.
Let me
But
get
what
it.
you just say? You just said Michael Thomas, fam. Like we not, yo, fam. We not
Let me get the
extending
argument
fucking.
out, bro.
Yo,
Let me get
you
the
extend
argument
the
out,
right
bro.
cats. Extend the right
well,
I'm
dudes.
just
You
saying
do
there's
it with.
creative
You play
ways.
I will say
gymnastics with the
That's not
right
my
cats,
point.
B.
Taysom
You
Hill got a
losing.
5-year, $100 million contract technically, right?
Don't
Taysom Hill
lose the
ass
message.
too.
Don't lose the message on the players, bro. Don't think about the names. I can just say Joe Schmo. Like I said, the Saints are paying everybody,
It's
and they're
not.
doing these caps. They doing all
You
kind of
right. You right.
gymnastics with the
You
cap.
right. You
You got
dunk.
to
You
pay
right.
Sam
But
Darnold $18 million.
fam,
He's getting that
fam, you
cash
right.
regardless. It's going to be in his account.
Dunk.
But if you can
Dunk. You
ease that
right.
$6 million from next year, you can pay him $6 million guaranteed and do
Dunk.
18 divided by 3. Bro, let me talk, man. Let me talk a little
My
bit. Let me
bad. My
talk a
bad. My
little
bad.
bit.
My bad.
Let me talk
My
a
bad.
little
My
bit.
bad.
All right. So if you can spread that $18 million over 3 years, bro, so you freeing up $12 million next year when the cap's going up. You got Stephon Gilmore, who's probably gonna want $15 million at least. He's an elite corner. He gonna want 15. You plan on keeping Dante? Hopefully, maybe. You plan on keeping Hassan Reddick? He's probably gonna be a double-digit sack guy. You plan on bringing back Morgan Fox, Frankie Louvu, Marquise Haynes. You want to bring in some more O-line talent? That $12 million sounds real nice. I don't care if Sam here or not. Yeah, you saying that we just got to eat it and get it off the books. But if the cap don't go up 2 more times within the next 3 years, why not take $6 million? $6 million could be a drop in the bucket if the cap goes up to 200 x amount of $1 million the following year versus 18 million next year. You lose whatever. You can, like I said, you can make it voidable. You can make it incentive based. They do this all the time. You saying why would Sam do that? Because otherwise he has 1 more year and he's not gonna be anywhere else. At the worst, he can get the money. He's gonna get the 18 million regardless, but at least he has some kind of incentive to stay with the team or stay in the contract long term because we don't know what his process will be if he goes out into the league. Granted, he could pull a Jameis Winston and
So
nobody wants him. He could be Trevor Siemian and be falling to the abyss of backup quarterbacks for the rest of his fucking life. So it's just about playing the cap game, man. And that's the thing that we haven't
you
done as the
I
Panthers. We haven't really got creative. But the
Right.
Saints are always $100 million over the cap every offseason. But somehow, some way, they bring everybody back. They pay Marshawn Lattimore. They're gonna pay Marshawn Lattimore, but they paid Thomas. They paid Kamara. They paid the right tackle. I can't remember his name off the
I
top of
thought
my
they
head
already
right
paid
now.
Ramsey.
Lattimore.
Ramsey.
Ramchick.
So
They
you
paid
right,
everybody, but we
fam.
like how the fuck they pulling these damn cap gymnastics every
Fam, you
season.
right.
But they do.
You
You can
right.
be
Well,
creative.
look
Fam, you
at
right.
the Rams,
But they
right? Look at
also
the
doing.
Rams. They build. Sorry, go ahead.
No. Go ahead. My fault. I don't
Well,
want to
I
hog
was
the mic.
saying what I was saying was look at the Rams though too. I mean, we keep talking about the salary cap like it's a problem. They build entirely through free agency. They do not draft like pretty much any players whatsoever outside of the 3rd or 4th round.
They ain't had a first pick in like a decade.
Right. They don't care about those picks because they know how to work the cap in such a way where they can pay the players that they do draft and they can bring in as many free agents as they want
And they
because
also
they just understand it. right? And back to talking about the cap, you guys also have to remember, as far as paying Sam Darnold goes, we're also still going to be paying Teddy Bridgewater next year. I think it's like $3 million.
Bingo.
Fuck.
And that's the
Bingo.
thing, y'all. That's the thing, you guys miss. That's why you got to eat that shit
So
now.
so
Like,
my point is this: like, you just made that mistake with Teddy Bridgewater, fam.
So you don't
Some
think it makes a difference, Rashad, because the money is different? It's less money with Sam than it
yo,
was
it
with
don't.
Teddy.
It's not even about the money, fam. It's about what you doing. Like, y'all talking about saving 12 million. That's really not shit when it comes to cap. Like,
That's a
fam.
starting corner,
So
bro.
hold
That's a
on. So
starting
hold on.
corner
So
in the
hold on.
league.
So hold on. So I can get you the
12
same
million.
money. I could get you the same money by cutting dead weight. I'm talking about Cam Irving. I'm talking about Pat Eflin bum ass. I can get you the same money, and then you
Neither
could,
one of them have guaranteed money for next year.
yeah, fuck yeah. What you talking about? And
I
then
never heard nobody turn down more
and
money.
then listen, I could get you the same money by going out there and extending or restructuring cornerstones. You get to that same, just like we did with Shaq Thompson
And
and CMC.
yep.
You extend when you restructure, you don't restructure bum ass niggas. You restructure cornerstones. That's
Facts.
what you do
Like the Saints used to get Drew Brees to agree to do every year.
bingo. You restructure cornerstones. You don't go out there and just restructure a dude. And listen, we talking about 8, 12 million, fam. That's not a lot of money. Like, I could tell you,
$12 million ain't a lot of
it's
money.
not. When you talking about the cap, it's
How?
really not. It's
How
not.
many? How much does the starting corner, a quality starting corner, get paid per year?
Fam, you can
Josh
find
Norman got $15 million a couple years
fam,
ago.
you
You
can
can get a
find but
decent.
what I'm
He was
saying is,
he was the hottest. He was the hottest corner on the market. He got
fam,
$15 million.
first of
You
all,
can get a decent corner for 12. Dante should be at least $12 million, probably, whatever.
okay.
Gilmore, you could probably get him 12 million guarantee a year and put the rest incentives and maybe pay him 16, 17 a year and be good. $12 million is $12 million. I don't
Listen,
care if you can get some more money from somewhere
you
else.
Well,
could
More money is good money, especially when you need an O line.
but you
Especially when
don't
you need.
double down on terrible mistakes.
How is it
Again,
double down if it's no new money, bro? No new
no,
money
but it's a
guaranteed.
terrible
It's not
mistake.
doubling down.
It's
it
a terrible
is, fam.
mistake.
It is.
It's a
Listen,
terrible
If you
mistake.
if
And you already did it with.
it is new money, fam. You talking about it's
how
not
is it
new
new
money,
money?
but if in
If
order to get
it's incentive
fam,
based, if he's
it's
not on the
but you
roster, he's not
assume you
getting that
making
money.
assumptions though. You making
How am I
assumptions that
making
he
assumptions?
won, he's gonna accept that. You making
Sam's
assumptions
not
that
going to
yeah, he's
accept
gonna
that.
take an incentive based deal. I'm working
Man,
off of what's in place right now. Number one, the 18 million guaranteed, not going nowhere, fam. That's in place. It's locked in. You got it. Yo, you made that decision when you exercise that fifth year option. That shit not going nowhere. You got it.
But
And
hold on.
yo, and
And the
listen,
rules
Sam,
changed. You
listen,
can't take it back now. You
If
used to be
Sam
able
Donald
to.
go out there and he go out there and body the rest of this year, and he earned that extension, then fam, hell yeah, yo, you extend him. But what's the likelihood of that happen? And then number one, you talking about no new money, but it is when you talking about extension, that is new money that you talking about. That is 100% new money. That is
well,
new money.
If it's no new guaranteed money, that's not money. If
You
it's not
don't, but you
but
guaranteed,
he
don't
you're
know
not
doesn't
getting it.
that.
It's
take
not it's
that.
not
You
you're
don't
extended.
not
know
going to be
that
able to
Doesn't
though,
take that.
restructure.
fam. You
He's
don't
not
If it
going to
know
be able
ain't
to
that,
restructure
guaranteed, you're
that
not getting it.
contract. He's got to be
fam.
willing
You're
to
jumping
restructure
that.
that contract. It's not happening, right? He's going to get paid
Exactly.
$18 million up front. There's literally nothing that he's going to be willing to do to make life easier on us, especially if we're
Bingo.
talking about cutting him. So,
Facts.
and the other thing I just to kind of interject too, I keep hearing people talk about picking up free agent offensive linemen. Those people you're going to be getting the same types of players you're getting with Cam Irving and Pat Elflein. You don't want to get free agent
Bingo.
offensive linemen. What you have to do if you want to improve your offensive line is you have to draft them and then retain the guys that you have.
And everybody keep talking about quarterback next year. I think where we gonna be drafting at, it's not gonna be a quarterback that we gonna like anyway. We're probably gonna go
Well,
talent next year.
and
I have
see,
no idea what we're
Hold
gonna
on.
be drafting that
and
next
it
year, to be
depends on where
honest.
we pick too, right? I mean, if we're picking in the middle of the rounds, we could still potentially get a quarterback with the first round pick, but we don't have a second or third round pick. So in all reality,
There's no
if we
point.
don't if we don't draft in the top 10 and we don't trade back into the middle of the rounds, we'll probably trading back to the end of the first round to pick up those additional picks.
I think
Facts.
there's no point. I think for me, there's no point of taking a quarterback next year with no second or third round pick. We need to build. We need to get a piece that helps what we got. Because taking a quarterback,
We got to
I
get an
think I
offensive
think
lineman
taking a
there
honestly
anyways.
quarterback is going to kill us.
I
Because it's
honestly
going to put us in the same state.
you looking at moving some of those cornerbacks. I think listen, I love all the cornerbacks we got. That cornerback room is dope.
Oh, we
But I
gotta
really think you're gonna
unload
look
some
at
of those
moving some of
people.
those cornerbacks.
Well,
I think
yeah, I
we should.
mean,
I
if
think
they're
we should
not,
trade Dante Jackson now.
yeah, I was gonna say if they're
He's
not
not
gonna
gonna
be, if
re-sign
his,
with us.
Nah, Booye out of there.
yeah,
Bouyer's
Facts.
out of there. We gotta
if
trade
they're
some of
not,
these people. The deadline is coming up. We should trade them now.
well, and if they don't intend to, like, here's the deal, right? If they don't intend to extend Dante Jackson, then you're basically doing the same thing we did with Curtis Samuel last year and letting him walk for nothing. I mean, so
I think
From
Dante gonna get
India.
extended.
Happy Halloween.
I mean,
Yeah, I
I
do too.
think he's going to get extended before Gilmore. I mean,
But
honestly, like I would extend him over Gilmore any day of the week. I mean, you're talking about a 30-plus-year-old cornerback.
I got a
I
feeling
agree with
Gilmore gonna
that.
make it impossible to not
But
extend him,
I
bro.
think
He already had an
you got
I think
that
impact,
he's gonna
Agree.
bro.
ball out.
Instant impact.
I agree.
And
I agree with that.
This man
but
lights
like
out,
you got
bro.
that
I
youth
agree.
He lights out,
you
dog. I
got
mean,
that
granted,
youth
you're
in
right though. He
Horn.
30. I mean, the oldest corner in the league is Josh Norman at 33, which is hard to fucking believe. He was just on our squad. It don't seem like it's been that long,
damn, he
but he the oldest corner in the league at 33. I mean, granted, he's not. He can't hold. He can't hold Stephon Gilmore's jock strap. Let's be real. But it's tough. I mean, but I think, like I said, it's gonna make it. He's gonna make it probably impossible to not extend him, man. Goddamn,
That
these
I
braids
agree
stressing
with.
me out. Sidebar.
It would
These
also do
braids
us really
crazy.
good to have a vet CB in there, especially one somebody who's intelligent as Stephon Gilmore.
Dude,
Like
easy,
we
Right.
easy.
like
It depends
we
on how
got the
much you
youth.
want,
We got the
obviously,
youth
We've
but
in
never
it's a
Horn
had
very
corner
and
talent
intelligent
like
CJ.
corner.
this, bro.
Facts.
But at the same time, I mean, the whole reason why they brought Gilmore in was to help kind of groom players like C.J. Henderson and J.C. Horn, which I mean, I get
Honestly, hey,
And I
listen.
Well,
think
they
CJ
they
Henderson.
no, they
I
brought him in because we
think
needed
CJ
help. Apparently,
Henderson.
they said we didn't miss a beat when J.C. Horn got out, but we went and addressed the corner hard, so we missed something
well,
clearly. But
and to be quite frank, C.J. Henderson, that trade does not look very good right now. I
Nah,
mean, it
nah,
just
nah, nah.
doesn't.
No, it
But
does not.
CJ Henderson
it's
was a
early.
future play. That was a future
It's
play,
early.
dog.
Yeah, it's
That's a
early.
future play. It's he gonna pan out in year 3, year 2, year 3 when he with the Panthers. So I ain't really tripping off CJ Henderson.
Yeah.
I just think.
We got him for the rest of his rookie contract,
Say
right?
what now?
We got him for the
Correct.
rest
Yeah,
of his rookie
yeah.
contract.
You
What,
Yeah.
another 2
He's got
years?
3 years left.
three.
Yeah,
Correct.
his
Three
cap
years.
number
Yeah,
is
So
that's,
let's
and
not
we
crazy.
got
let's
some
not
fifth
act
year
like
options. He just got
Dante.
drafted
Let's
last
not act
year.
like
Fifth year option with
Dante
him
didn't
too.
take. It
Yeah, we
took
got
him
fifth year.
3
We got
years to
fifth year
play
with him. Yeah.
good. It took Dante 3
Dante
years.
playing his ass off too. That should be said. He's playing really well this year.
But
Yeah,
look
I
how
agree.
long that took, though. This is the last year of his
That's what I'm
contract.
saying. Like it took
That's true.
DJ 3 years or Dante
Hey,
3 years.
it's time
Yeah.
for you
Excuse me.
to get that
Well,
raise. It's
and
time for
I
you to
just want to
show
give
out.
him
Yeah,
credit where
listen.
it's due.
That contract year is no joke. And honestly,
It's
hey,
not.
listen. Honestly, man, I be really hesitant about players that ball out on they contract year.
Facts.
Like
Facts.
it's real. You got to be real careful with that. And I love. Listen, Dante Jackson is balling right now. He took a step up with that leadership role.
Hassan Riddick.
I seen Hassan. Hey, listen, I
He
hear
bought his
you.
contract. Yeah,
I hear you
he
with
looking good
Hassan. I
now.
think Hassan. I hear you with Hassan. I think he a little different, but I hear you. Same can be said. But listen, Dante is taking a huge step forward, especially with leadership. I've been at training camp. I seen this dude bring the defense together. He's done an excellent job, but I just question where that's been. Like, I get it. I get it. I get the question marks surrounding dudes that take that monster step on their contract years. So
But I
yeah,
also feel
well,
like
and
his biggest thing has always been health. I feel like Dante has always showed flashes when
that's
he
Facts.
true.
had
That's true. That's
Yeah,
true.
He's really
That's
yeah.
true.
streaky. Up to this point in his career, he was just really inconsistent. That was his biggest mark because he's extremely
Because at one
athletic.
point it seemed like he was a ball hawk. At one point it seemed like he wasn't a good tackler, and now he looking like he a damn cover corner. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I don't know. He just
That
improved.
wraps
Like,
I mean,
receivers up and
let's
brings
not
them
forget
down. It
And I
doesn't
that.
let
mean,
them get
even
too much
his
sack
style
either.
of the way he tackles, I mean, it did
it's
cost
insane.
him in the Vikings game.
Yeah, I have a question. I have a question real quick before we get back onto it though, because I wanted to ask it about Darnold. Ain't it the stipulation that say that we can rescind that 5th year option, that we don't even have to
Not,
No,
pay?
Nah,
not
no,
no
it's
more.
locked in.
That rule is
Not the
it's
new.
old.
Not
locked
the new
That's
in.
Can I
locked in.
address
CBA.
that
Yeah.
though? Can I address that?
Not the new CBA.
Go
Yeah,
Yeah.
ahead.
so
That,
the rule changed in 20, I think it's 2018, 2019, that
Mhm.
where I think it was guaranteed via injury. Like if they got injured, the contract was guaranteed, but that rule changed with the CBA. So that is no longer in effect. When we exercise that 5th year option, is locked in, bro. We not getting around that shit. It's
Damn.
locked in. He's in
The
yeah.
there.
only way.
We
The
gonna have
only
to
way is
pay
to
Sam
extend the
Darnold.
restructure, like I've been trying to preach.
But
And
you restructure good dudes. You don't restructure bums.
Well, right,
But
and
y'all call Shaq a bum, but we restructure him.
I take that back every time.
Ain't
I
no
was
who
wrong
called
on
Shaq a
that.
bum.
Hella
I
people
called him
call
a
Shaq
well,
a
bum.
bum.
Hey,
I
I
was the
hold
one
that
going to
shit.
You might
bat.
have said he
I
got
got
paid.
I
You
got
Now,
the
what
might
I
have said
will
he
timestamp
got
say,
paid
what
too
I
I
will
got
much,
the
but
say
he ain't no
about
receipt.
Shaq
bum.
is 54 Shaq is a bum. Now this 7 nigga,
Seven
he
Shaq.
Facts.
Y'all really
Yeah.
I
see. I
hold
really
that
think the
L.
jersey. Y'all really think
No.
the jersey number
I
made a
will hold
difference.
that
That's what
L.
we going to
Yes, that's what
now.
we
I'm
going
all
with, bro.
I'm all
I
over the
got the
place.
receipts
Okay,
that
Joey.
showed different.
Shaq isn't a Mike, but he's a solid Sam. He's not someone you want heading up your defense, but like he's a solid dude if you want somebody to come in, maybe if you swap out a nickel or something like
Does he have
that.
a solid
You
And
salary?
you
but
know,
you
you
could
just want
also
an
say
extra
that
Well,
linebacker.
you tout and Shaq, but what about CMC though?
I'm not
What
telling
about
Shaq. No,
CMC
no,
though?
no. Don't say that.
What
I'm
about
not
no no
telling
no? I'm
Shaq.
just
What
saying
you mean?
I'm saying he's
in
not
general.
What you
terrible.
mean
What about
about
CMC though?
CNC?
what about him?
What you mean about him?
What about
We
CMC? He can't stay
restructured
healthy.
him too.
our only
He
issue
wasn't no
with
bum.
and our only
So
Got
issue
it.
with
I'm
He
just
CMC
saying
is
he
I'm just
wasn't
calling
he
the
wasn't
buck.
our
Like
he wasn't no
it
bum.
sometimes that shit don't work out.
our only issue with him is we really gave him a new deal like 2 years too early before we even had to.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't care.
He
I'm
got
talking about the
he got
restructure.
paid before
We
Deshaun
tout and
and
we saying that
Pat
Shaq
Mahomes.
Thompson worked out. I'm just calling out the shit that didn't work out. That's all I'm saying.
You can't say it didn't
Well,
work out. I mean,
It worked out
it's
for 3 games.
that's what I'm saying.
I'm
That
just
nigga ain't healthy, bro. As far as I say.
saying.
but this man, yeah. I mean, so y'all be treating Christian McCaffrey like he dead, bro. He's not. He's not Todd
Hey,
Gurley. He don't
He
have
not
He
he
chronic.
dead
dead.
to
might as
He
me.
well
don't
be,
have
bro. He's
chronic
not
He
Just
dead
dead
ain't
to
to
me,
he
He
issues
bro.
and
just
things
making
ain't
a
like
lot of
that.
money
He's only
to
played
be
in
injured.
six
Y'all
games, 6
y'all
out of
mailing his
he
24
career.
played he
games.
Y'all
played
mailing his
12
He
career
is
in
games.
dead to
over a
me.
hamstring.
He is dead to
6 out
me.
Y'all
of
mailing his
24
career in
games.
over a hamstring. He ain't tearing no ACL.
I don't
He
I
ain't,
don't
he
care.
He
I
didn't
don't
have
he
I
arthritis
don't
It's
in
something
his
care.
like
knee.
this every
This
Played
nigga
season.
six
been
games since
available.
he
And
started
the,
that
and the
deal.
Rams
Since he
drafted
signed
and
that deal.
the Rams
Six
drafted
games.
Gurley and paid Gurley knowing he had arthritis. They knew that in college.
I don't
Six
but these
games.
Arthritis.
I don't
Six
I don't
games. That
exactly,
man
bro.
has
I don't
played 6 games since that contract was signed, sealed, delivered to him. All that games he
Dave,
might not
Nobody.
have
I
got.
mean,
Dave,
ain't nobody that's so Raven though. He never
Dave,
missed a game before that contract.
Dave. What week were we eliminated mathematically from playoff contention last year? And what value would it
Now,
serve for Christian McCaffrey to play in these winning culture games that y'all like to talk? What people like to talk about? What
hold on,
what
Oh,
hold
what
here
on,
would
hold
we
it
on,
go.
hold
matter for
on. Ain't
him to
nobody
play?
talking about
So,
no
He
damn.
copping, please.
We not in no. I can speak for myself on that. I wasn't with that winning culture bullshit, bro. I'm still
I'm
pissed
just
about
saying.
that fucking
What?
that Washington
Yeah,
football team win, bro. I'm
I'm just saying I'm just saying in general. The only purpose playing Christian McCaffrey in them late games when we had nothing to play for
I
would be for
hear
that winning
please
culture stuff.
being copped.
But I was at Clee being caught. You ain't let me get to work. I'm trying to tell you. Could they have shut him down? Is there a way they could have just shut him down without? Matt Rule's a liar. Clearly, he ain't tell us straight up what was going on with Christian last year. There was this a quad here, a hamstring there.
Shit, he lied. I guess he lied
that's
this
what
year
We
I
don't
was
know
too.
what's
thank
Then
you,
going
bro.
on
I was
this
just
year
about to
either.
say he could have shut
Yes,
him
when they
down
called it a
last year,
less
but
than
They
grade one
did. They
hamstring.
did.
Yes, they
They
did lie.
did. They did. Remember the whole point of not putting him on IR is when it first happened was,
they thought he
oh,
was
it's
healthy.
not so bad. He could even play maybe next week.
Exactly.
They
Then
called it
you
less than grade one. Less than grade one means you're not hurt. That's what it means. I
and,
don't know how you call
and
it less than grade one
so
hamstring.
what? So was they lying or was they keeping it a
they
buck?
lied. They
They
should have
was
put him
doing
on
neither.
IR from the rip.
They was being stupid. That's what the fuck they was doing, bro.
They didn't know.
They
That's the thing. They
thank
didn't
you.
know. The same way they
Okay,
being
so was they?
optimistic
So
about
what? So they
Sam.
did it. So they did not know this year, or did they not know last year?
well,
What we
so
doing?
What you mean?
can we ask the
This year
question,
when
dude?
it happened, you should have put him on the IR off the rip.
Early.
Rather than wasting 2 games and then putting him on IR, so you really made him sit out 5 games when he could have just sat out 3 and been back.
I mean, I think they be trusting him too much. I think he's a warrior, so he's gonna always try to do what he
Okay,
can to
Is he a
play.
so
But
was
warrior
I
they
at
think
this
that
point?
listening to him last
Is
year
he a
too? Then
warrior at this point? Because he hasn't been being warrior like tendencies. Before he got paid, he played hurt.
Again,
Now he got
bingo.
paid. Now he out here
but
not
we
getting.
talking about hindsight is 2020. When we
exactly.
paid
Come on,
him,
man.
he never missed a game at all.
But my point is, he played hurt. Like the man played hurt. Like he played injured. Like he had injuries, and you knew he was hurt, and he still
When
Dave,
stayed out
there's
when
there.
different. There's a difference between driving with a broke mirror and a flat tire. He had a hurt shoulder that he had surgery on. It got cleaned up. I mean, on his rookie year, whenever we played 2017 in the playoffs, if you look at it, he had a brace on his shoulder. He got it cleaned up. He ended up hurting, I think, the other shoulder or the same one against the Chiefs last year. But regardless, you can play through a
and
shoulder.
even his
It's
rookie
just
year, he wasn't the man. That was Jonathan Stewart, and he was just
exactly.
scat back.
But a flat tire is tough to play through versus, like I said, a broken side mirror like a shoulder. You know what I'm saying? So it's a little bit different, man. Injuries are always tricky, especially hamstrings. You never really know.
But at the end of the
And
day, when they paid him, he had never missed a game before that. So
exactly.
now that
And
You don't miss a game until you miss a
and
game,
he's
bro.
real cool with the comb over. He got a model girlfriend. His dad won the Super Bowl, but he was not going to
He
show
got
up
the
after
house
getting
up the
His
300
street from the
dad,
something
his
crib.
touches
dad won
and not
two
getting
Super
paid.
Bowls. His dad won
If you're a
two
running back,
Super Bowls.
he's not. Well, he wanted. Yeah, my bad. He wanted to. I mean, show
I'm
my
saying,
respect to the Super
but I'm
Bowl
saying
champ. But he wasn't
we
finna show up to
commenting on
camp
that
without a
contract.
check. He's gonna be cool in the media because he's a nice guy. But you get 300 something carries as a running back, business wise, and you know the shelf life for you is not long. There was no way he was gonna come and play for us and get
So
another.
you saying what we saying? Like you saying exactly what we
How am I saying?
saying?
I'm saying that's what I'm saying. He was gonna hold out. I'm saying they had to pay him. Y'all saying it was a bad contract. I'm just saying you had to pay him. He was the best player on your team. You had to play him.
So under that, along that line though, if he holds out, then you trade him to some other stupid team that's going to pay him. I mean, you don't pay running backs in the NFL. The time and time again, the
Bingo.
data has said
Y'all
you
can't have
don't
it
pay
both
running
ways
backs.
though. Y'all can't have it both ways. Y'all can't
Trading
say
trading sounds fun because Federer
y'all
does it all
can't
the
say
time, but trade's not that easy to make happen. Somebody
y'all
always
can't
getting
say
fleeced in
he
the
Guys,
trade, bro.
y'all
y'all
can't
can't
say
have
that.
it both ways.
I've been against
Y'all
that
y'all
contract.
y'all
I
play
was
both
against
sides of
paying
the
that.
coin with it
No,
though.
I've been against that
Who do?
contract. Not us.
Everybody who says
I've
that.
been saying not
You
PNP,
talking?
fam. We've been on
Dog,
the side of
we
that
were against
no
that
contract
contract.
for a long
We
Let
time.
me
said not
finish
to
though.
sign that
Y'all,
man.
everybody can't say, oh, he the whole offense and the offense revolves around him. And when he's out, the offense don't look the same. The
Ready?
offense look bad. He the whole team. But then, oh, you don't want to pay him like he the
But
whole
see,
team.
but I think
Exactly.
what you failing to
Doc,
no
That's
no no.
you're
But
different.
looking at it. You're looking
Nah,
at it differently,
Now,
man.
Bradley made a
it's
solution
different.
talking about trading, but what was y'all solution? Y'all saying don't pay him, but what happens if it gets ugly and it gets messy? Y'all saying trade? Like, what do you do? Bradley brought a solution saying trade, but y'all saying y'all been on the
I'm
train and
saying
not paying him the whole time. What is the
don't
solution?
build your team around a fucking running back.
Yes,
Man,
that's
Bingo.
it. That's
I mean,
it.
it's simple,
that's it.
man.
Again,
You
y'all
can't.
talking
Look,
with
all you gotta
hindsight. When
do.
that nigga was
No,
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 ain't
It's
nobody.
no.
no,
It's not
no,
hot.
no,
Nobody
no,
talking with
no.
So
It's
how
hindsight.
do they
really not.
build
We
how
Right
do they
there.
been
build
said
how
this
do they
shit.
Look,
build their team around? I got a question. How do they build their team around him? Just an honest question. It may sound
What you mean?
ridiculous.
You looked at it
How
like?
do they
Have
do
you
it?
seen the
They
past
they beat
four, three, 4
they
games,
beefed up the offensive line to build the offense around because
no
the only thing that makes a running back
fam?
improvement right is a good offensive line. So clearly they
facts.
didn't build that around
He
him
didn't
to
build
make
it
him
like
better.
that. He
So
doesn't
how do
need
they
an
just because
offensive
he's an elite
Bro,
he's
somebody
elite talent. There's
somebody
not too many elite players in the league. If you have elite talent like him, you do what you got to do to make his impact on the
Facts.
game.
So
Run your
so
offense.
give me elite
bro,
running backs.
I really want to
That's
know
that's
when the last time an elite running back won the fucking Super Bowl,
that's
bro.
where I
bingo.
was going.
Talk
Like
about
Yeah,
it.
that's
it
like
doesn't. It
It
I
ain't
don't
doesn't.
see
They
it,
happened.
bro.
haven't, bro. That's
It
your
Like
ain't
answer. They
happened.
have not.
Dog,
That's the
who
answer.
dog, wait,
who
It's
the
not.
wait,
hell
dog.
Ain't
what
nothing
running
you
back
can say.
Another running back in
Ain't
that
nobody
draft.
on this chat, the 10 of us talking right
what
now, can't nobody name a running back that's a Super Bowl winning running back right now. Can't
thank
nobody
you.
say it.
What
Ain't
running
nobody
back
Outside
can't
of
carried
nobody
they
say
quarterbacks,
that
fucking
shit.
franchise to the Super Bowl,
Y'all
bro? You
killing
can't
me.
give me one.
Nobody.
Uh,
Nobody
who
was
Cannot
was
give me
who was
one.
the
nobody
running back
Can't
for the
can't
Denver
nobody say it.
Broncos in
The
the late
last one was
2000s?
Emmitt
Terrell
Smith.
Davis.
The
Terrell
last one
Nobody
was
Davis.
was
Emmitt
saying
Smith.
that when nobody was saying that when he was getting 1,000. Nobody was saying that when we drafted the
Nobody.
nigga.
Dog, we was 5
We
and
we
was
was
fucking
five
winning.
and
11. What you
11, bro.
talking
$5-11,
Who the
bro.
about?
hell
Wasn't
gonna
nobody
say
playing for
anything?
no Super Bowl, bro. We wasn't even playing for the
What you
damn
talking
wild card.
about?
Look,
Like
So
that.
wait.
Yeah,
We was
so
ass.
you're not
hold on.
supposed to build an offense and run an offense through elite talent. Is that
No,
what you're
you're
not
not
supposed to do?
supposed
No,
to
but
build it
No,
through a
so
not
fucking
no,
running
not a
back.
running back.
so the way that
If you're
the
elite, there's not too many elite players. We don't have a lot of elite
Give
players that come through Carolina. They're
answer the
just
question,
free agents.
Dump. Answer the question.
Was there a question?
Pose the question again.
Was there a question?
Pose the question again.
When the last
What?
time
Ask the
when is the
question or
last
answer it.
time a running back carried their franchise to a Super Bowl?
Oh,
but
Ed
it,
McCaffrey's dad.
Terrell
Ed
Davis.
McCaffrey's dad. Both his Super Bowls won by Hall of Fame running back.
I mean, there's exceptions to every
So
rule. The
then,
last time it
so then
happened, I
say
don't know.
that.
I can't think of nothing off the
Marshall.
top.
But
Terrell
then I
Davis.
think
Marshall
you
Falk,
did
But
fall
there's
off
nobody.
a
No.
couple
Falk
last
had the
time.
greatest show on turf. Like
And
you
Yeah.
had,
There,
how many
Chuck,
years
you had
ago? How many
Isaac
How
years
many
ago
Bruce,
was
years?
that?
Jerry
I was
I'm
Rice.
saying
5 years old when that shit
that's
happened.
a
What you
Thank
Game
you,
talking
bro.
about?
changed,
I was a
fam.
grown ass
But
man
you,
when that shit.
but
The
you,
game is is
but
different.
you
Show
said
runner was
But
Marshall Falk, though. I will give
I
him
got a
credit for
better
that. It
I got
stopped
a
and
better
So
started with
question
him.
for you.
2002.
I got a
yeah.
better question for you. What was the last great running back that did it? Like Like Leonard Fournette won it last year. The year before that, you had Darrell Williams.
You
Leonard
ain't
You
about
know
to
what
Fournette.
act
I
like
mean?
Leonard Fournette is a damn superstar. Come on
That's what
now.
I'm saying, bro. We not
He's
gonna
an
sit here
Fournette
and
above
had
flex.
average running
We
back.
not gonna sit here and flex like Leonard Fournette didn't get fucking released, bro, by the
Right. Come
Jaguars.
on
But
now.
Leonard
Let's
No,
be
he
Fournette
got
was
hit,
a
realistic
but why
here.
did he get released? He got
Leonard
released
Fournette.
because he didn't play well. He wasn't
Leonard
playing well for
Okay, what?
Jacksonville.
It's the
That's the
Jags, bro.
point.
It wasn't
It's the
wasn't playing
Jags. He was
well.
1,000-yard back. He was ineffective at times, but he was 1,000-yard back.
I'm
Leonard
not saying,
Fournette
but
was
he's not elite.
is a good.
He's not
He's not
elite though. We're
elite.
not gonna sit here and flex like he elite, and we're not gonna sit here and
Yeah,
flex.
he's not
Well, hold
elite.
on. But
He's
we're not gonna sit here
okay.
and flex like he
He
carried them
wasn't
Above
elite
motherfuckers
when
to
he
the
wasn't
Super
elite when he
Bowl.
took Jacksonville to the championship,
but
the
he
NFC
also
championship.
was a but he
Their defense
also
was
was
elite.
but
Yes.
he
Yep,
but
defense. Talk
But he
about
put
not
up
it.
finna
200
sit.
If we're
yards
gonna
on
We not
talk
finna
about
sit
Pittsburgh.
it,
here.
be
I'm
real.
not
That
finna sit here and
Jacksonville.
flex like Leonard Fournette carried the Buccaneers, Tom Brady's Buccaneers, Mike Evans Buccaneers, Chris Godwin's Buccaneers, Tristan Wirfs Buccaneers. I'm not gonna sit here and flex
but
like
he
he carried
also
them
was
to
a
the Super
first
Facts.
Bowl.
round pick and a higher
You
Defense.
can
pick in that same
you can go
draft though.
tit for tat.
First
Well, how
Leonard
much?
round
Man.
pick,
Fournette
Hey,
is
hold on,
not
hold
higher
on, hold
pick.
on,
elite,
That's
hold
what
on,
bro.
hold
you
on,
He's
need
hold
to
on,
make
hold
that
on,
serviceable.
hold on,
draft
You don't
pick.
need
hold
him
on,
to.
hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Answer this then. Somebody said he was first round pick. Answer this then. How much he got paid last year?
What? $1 million? $2
Bingo.
million?
He
Didn't
got
nobody even want his ass.
Leonard
Thank you.
Fournette is a serviceable running back. He's
That's
not
all
elite.
Serviceable,
he
But
bro.
that's
He's
is.
my point.
serviceable.
That's
That's
Serviceable.
and
all
this
all
you
I
the
need.
need.
only
That's
recent
all you
better
There's
like
need.
You
nothing
made it
wrong
seem
with
like he was
having
an
a
elite
serviceable
running
back.
back. He's
We not
serviceable, bro. At
we not
best.
finna sit here and flex. I'm not saying
Again,
he bad. I'm not saying
it's
he
easy.
putrid. Like he's a good ass running back, but he not no fucking franchise carrier.
It's easy to cry about this contract once he get hurt. If you wasn't
No, it was a
Fam,
bad
that's bull.
contract
I
when he
know
No,
was
There
you.
was tons
healthy.
of
You ain't
people
been
that
listening
were.
to
There were
PNP
It
long
was
tons
a
of
if
enough,
people.
in
my
bad
your
G.
best
contract when he
year,
was
if in
healthy.
your
if
best
you
year you are taking me to 5-11, you don't need to
if you
get
wasn't
paid, bruh.
crying if you
Facts.
So
wasn't
was he
crying
the
if you
problem?
wasn't
He was
crying
the
at
problem. He was the reason we had 5-11.
His
Facts. He ain't
availability
the
No,
was
but you don't
problem.
terrible
build
for the
around
five and
somebody. You don't
eleven.
sit here and pay him. You don't sit here and pay him like he's your best player and he's taking you to 5-11.
Right. You don't build
Facts.
That's
He
the
around a
didn't
running
take,
problem.
back,
bro.
So
period.
And
So
then
Christian
wait a
McCaffrey
minute.
was the render of
clearly
Let me talk for
29
a quick
points
second.
the quarterback situation
Let
was
me
a
talk.
mess
Let
that
me talk for a
year,
quick
right?
second.
We still ain't
Listen,
solved it,
So
fam.
listen.
how you gonna blame
Yo,
Christian McCaffrey for us
dog,
going 5-11?
bro,
Because they built
bro.
Okay,
around
so
They
if
McCaffrey.
you
built
They didn't
around them,
they
you
yeah.
brought
built
they
they
got
around
the
the
brought
How
the
they?
dual
same
I
pieces.
asked
offense.
y'all how did they build around him? Y'all ain't told me how they built
are
around him. They didn't
lying
beef up the
with
offensive
that.
line.
Did you
They
have
built
you?
We
Yo,
around
have
him.
fam, we
never
just
Have
won
you
our
not
first
seen
game,
100
man.
touches
Without
this
him,
game,
what are you
everybody?
The
talking about?
entire
No, no
offensive built
alternative.
How
around
did
No,
y'all?
Christian
How,
no
how,
McCaffrey.
how
We
did they
alternative.
build
have
around him?
never
never.
that offense around here.
That's cap.
Build. Y'all said
I
build. How do they
understand
build?
Aaron's point. We've
Featuring him is
never
different than building.
we've
Our
never
entire
built around
offensive
none of our
scheme is
we've
built around
Let me
Christian McCaffrey.
Well, y'all,
let me
How
ask
do
you a
you build?
question, unnecessary.
Y'all said they built the offense
Let
around
me
him. You
ask you
can
a
say they
question.
they feature him,
I
is
didn't
ready.
say that shit.
featuring
I didn't
elite
say that
talent.
Yo,
shit.
you
Matt
talking
Rule.
semantics. You know,
How
you
is it
talking
semantics?
No,
semantics, B.
Matt.
You talking semantics.
How is
You
it
know what we
So
semantics?
talking
y'all not
about,
finna
Y'all
fam.
said
Don't
so
built.
y'all gonna sit here so y'all
dunk,
gonna sit here and
dunk. Don't
flex.
do that,
So
How?
y'all
fam.
What am I
You
doing?
know what we talking
bruh.
about.
So y'all gonna
What
sit
am
here
I
You
and
know what we
doing?
flex like
talking
Matt
about.
Rule didn't
building
say we don't have
building
an
your
identity
building
without McCaffrey, bruh. That
building
sounds
your
like somebody
team
building
build
around
no
him, bruh.
no no building your team around a player. We never even did that with Cam. That means you're drafting, you're making everything, you're making all your franchise moves based on this guy. You didn't draft no
We
guards, you
talk.
didn't
Hey,
draft no
let's
centers,
Let
skip
you
them,
the
let
didn't
them, let them
draft
talk.
semantics,
Let them
like
talk.
what
Let
dog.
are
them
we
talk. Let
talking
them
about?
talk.
Let's skip the
Let them
semantics.
talk. Let
Y'all
them
know what
talk.
we talking
Thank
about.
you,
Let
bruh.
me let me
Y'all
ask
know
How
a
is it
exactly
question.
what I'm
semantics?
Let me ask a
How is
question.
it semantics?
Let me
y'all know
hold on.
exactly what the
Let me
hell
ask a
Fam,
question
you
real
know
quick.
what
Let
we
me ask
y'all
a
talking
know
question.
about,
How?
exactly
dog.
what
Like
Don't
the
do
hell we
that.
talking about,
Let me
bruh. Y'all
ask
talking
man,
about
yeah,
what?
hold on,
What are
somebody
y'all
hold on.
talking
build
about?
y'all
If we
talking about
did, we
We don't
yeah,
never we don't
we
never
don't know
hold on,
what
hold
y'all
on, hold
talking
we
on.
about.
never
That's the
built
Hold on, let me
problem.
around
say
none of
this.
our
Let me say
franchise
this.
weapons.
So you
We
telling me
didn't
that
build around Cam. We took two first round wide receivers the whole time Cam was here. We took no first round offensive
that's
lineman
Cam.
the
We're not
whole
talking
time
about
Cam
Cam.
was
We
here.
talking about
I'm
McCaffrey, bruh.
saying
No, y'all
build.
saying building around
I'm
players.
saying we
Building
No,
don't
no,
means
do
no, no,
that
no.
for
We
buying.
none
said
of
you
our
don't build
franchise
around a
We
players.
fucking
talking
The
running
about a
back.
the
word
Packers
build.
still haven't taken one for
We
Rodgers.
I'm
saying you
saying we
don't,
don't do that for none of our franchise players in Carolina.
bruh. I'm telling
Well,
you,
right.
Ever.
they
That's
are
also because they don't
trying.
have good
They are
management
making
right
an
now.
attempt. They are making an attempt to build around McCaffrey. I'm not saying it's been successful, but I'm saying they are making an attempt to build around McCaffrey. If it wasn't
Hey,
successful,
Uh,
Dunk,
That's
Dunk,
All of
cat.
the X's
How?
and O's are built
Dunk.
around
When
Christian
when
The
McCaffrey.
C-Mac come back,
Cowboys, the
hey,
Cowboys
They're
Dunk,
not
committed to
bulldozers.
building around. The Cowboys committed to building around Ezekiel Elliott.
you can't
Drafted
say
They
that they're
built around
building.
three,
Dak.
You
four,
they
can't
five
built.
say they're
offensive.
he
built.
had an offensive
They
fan.
You
built.
can't.
They're
They
not.
built around
You
Dak. I
can't
agree.
say they're
So
building
That's trash,
around
B. Come on.
McCaffrey when the whole first year Matt Rule was here, he drafted all fucking defensive players. There's no
Facts.
way. How are
Well,
they building
so
around
Talk
him
to
hold
him,
on,
when
man.
they're
stop with you.
building
Hold
when
We
on,
they're
hold
not.
on.
We
drafting
talking
all defensive
semantics.
players?
So we
How is it
acting like
semantics,
defense can't
bro?
help
How is
the
that
offense?
semantics? All
Is
seven
that what
picks
we're
were
doing?
defenders.
That's what I'm saying.
How is
I
it
don't
semantics, bro? They
understand.
Look like,
execute.
wait, time out,
Dog, we
stop.
literally just went 0-4 without C-Mac in the
Thank you, bro.
damn
And the
Thank
game.
you,
fucking
Okay,
head
bro.
won
coach.
one
The
game
head
Like,
without
coach.
him
bro.
this
Let's
Like the
year.
admit it.
whole offense is
How you
built
gonna
He
around
say?
this cat. It took us 4 games to figure it out
Thank
without him.
you. How
It
Thank
took
you,
3
bro.
running backs
Thank
to
you.
build
you gonna say?
to get this offense to go, and they had to run it 47 times,
How
my
you gonna
G.
be mad
Y'all
at me
really
for
think,
Don't
saying
and the
that was
offense
Matt
Once
still ain't
Rule
again,
scoring.
saying this?
you blaming the
How the
quarterback
hell is the
issues on
offense
Christian
going
I'm
this
McCaffrey.
not
far
blaming.
off field
I'm
goal?
not whoever you
We
want to
couldn't
Matt
even
blame.
punch
Rule.
it in.
Whoever you want to
Matt
You
blame.
Rule
feel if
said
if,
we
I'm
if
don't
you
saying it
have
building
is
if
what it
you
ideas.
building
is.
around if you're building around CMC, then take that money that you paid Robbie Anderson with and get that nigga offensive line since you
I
building
was
around
against the
Yeah,
Robbie
I was against
contract
the
No,
Robbie
no, no, no,
too.
no.
contract,
Y'all got to define
I
build.
wasn't.
What
Define
I'm
build.
saying is,
I'm
if you're
thinking they
building
built a
It's
around
again
defense.
a
CMC,
word, like I said.
all of our available resources should be going to things that make CMC better on the field, and we
No,
don't
no,
do it.
no, 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 no,
bro.
No,
no,
Build.
no, no,
no,
no, no, no, no,
no.
no.
At this point, that man is not on the fucking field. I'm not paying nothing. I'm not
But
But
how
spending
that's
no
what
y'all
I'm
still ain't
saying.
resources
told me
to
what
force him.
building around him means? Y'all haven't defined
Exactly.
build. Y'all saying
Get
the
off the
semantics,
The
word
not
build,
offensive
semantics.
fam. We
line
gotta get off
needs a
that word
terrible
build, dog.
improvement badly.
Bruh,
The
what I'm
So
saying
quarterbacks ain't
is,
good,
how are
and the
they
running backs
building?
ain't that good
What
because
moves
the
did they make to
offensive
build
line
around
ain't
Christian McCaffrey?
bro, you not listening, bruh. Ain't nobody
I'm
saying that they
listening to
made.
what you're saying, but
Nobody
other
saying
Get
that
people
they
aren't
off the
made
listening to what
build
I'm
moves.
saying.
word.
Nobody saying that they made moves to build around Christian McCaffrey. The plan was to build around a running back. That was
Correct.
the thing at the end of the day.
Correct.
Did they
Like,
build? So what did they do
Well,
to build around a running back then?
bro, they
and
didn't. That's what I'm saying. Like they
Yeah,
they
he's
they're
saying
Can
that.
fucking
we get
up.
off the
Well,
Well,
word
how
how
do
do
build?
you
you?
know that
Y'all
if they
said
haven't
build.
done
Can we say
anything to
this?
show you that? How do you know that then? How
So
you know they
okay,
Yeah,
didn't?
so now
like
Hey, can we say
now we
this?
getting to the bottom line. They don't know what the fuck they
They
doing
don't know
there. How
what they
about
do.
that?
yeah,
Right.
that's
Exactly.
the
That
Now
that's
problem.
the
I
Now
agree
point.
with that. Now
tell
I
me
agree with
what
that.
does build
That's the
mean?
I
point.
What
That's
does
agree with
something we
that.
build
all can
mean?
agree on. They don't know what the fuck they're
They
that's what
don't
I'm
doing.
know what the
saying.
fuck
That's the
they
The
We're
doing.
point.
back at
plan
square
was
one.
the
Exactly.
plan
Everything's
was they was
lost.
gonna build around McCaffrey because they brought in fucking Sam Darnold, an average who somebody they thought was gonna be
Yes.
average at fucking
So
best. That's what they did. All right.
bingo. So then we talking about you talk about bringing in average quarterbacks that can't put the team on the shoulder. You talk about Teddy Bridgewater. You talk about Sam Darnold. They not trying to go out and get a franchise quarterback.
Exactly.
They saying, hey, let's
And
bring in some dude that can just hand the
and
That can
ball
dump
off
it.
let's play
and just can make
and
it
let's play
work.
some
So
great
yes,
defense.
so yeah, you
And
can
then
say they are in fact building around C-Mac
But
because they
hey,
ain't trying to improve at the
Are they
position.
building
exactly.
or
they
are
not
they
trying
They
And
to
bringing
build
losing?
nobody
in
Deshaun
bum ass
Watson.
So
and
they
nobody
built
And
they
think
built
about it.
around
Let's
C Mac
go a
by
nobody
step
not doing
further.
nothing.
Let's go a step
They tried to
further.
bring in
Let's go a
Deshaun.
step further. We all know that Christian McCaffrey can get out in the slot or whatever the case may be, so they can get the ball out quick to him and all that stuff. They don't need no great O line to do that shit. You don't need
thank
no
you.
great O line to
But
get the ball out
Facts.
quick. You don't need no.
Thank you.
So that's
Facts.
what I'm saying. That's why
Personnel
I'm saying.
decisions are being made
They
around
Thank
doing
you.
Christian McCaffrey. That is a
thank you, bro.
fact.
You
That
And
is a
then
can't get the
fact.
ball off
somebody
Without
quick
Deshaun
if
and
the
who
Watson.
damn defender
hey
is in the
well,
backfield
and
as soon as the ball is snapped.
and
Well,
which
That's
one of
on the
y'all
You
okay.
offensive
dump
So
it to
line.
now
What are
we
you
have.
C-Mac.
talking
That was
about?
the
hold
answer.
on.
You dump it to
Hold
C-Mac.
on, bro.
Hold on.
Which one of y'all was that said that an average quarterback in a defense is all you need, bro? You see what I'm
Somebody
saying?
said that. Somebody said that earlier. Also, as
Somebody said
well,
that shit
that's
earlier, bro.
why. But listen though, to piggyback off his point, that's why at the beginning of the season, the first 3 weeks, Sam Darnold and them was having so much success because when the pressure was getting on his ass, guess who he dumped it off to? C-Mac. He's right
Thank you.
there, even when
Thank
people
you.
all
And y'all
upset.
killed Teddy Bridgewater for doing the dump offs last year. Oh, why we not throwing the football deep?
Exactly.
Well, shit, you can't dump the football deep because the damn
Thank
offensive
you,
line sucks.
PNP.
So who gets the
Well,
football?
Teddy would
The
have
running
Teddy would have
backs,
looked a
the
whole
quick
lot worse
passes.
if he had the league leaders in drops as well. I mean, I'm just
That's
saying.
true.
Yo,
I give
what
you that.
about Deshaun
Whoa,
Watson
hold
though?
on, no,
Like
no,
y'all
no,
said that they
Move
brought
on
in an
on
average ass
move on
whoa.
on the
What
quarterback.
about
DWI.
They
Deshaun
tried to
Let's
Watson?
bring
We're
in
not
Let
not
that
let's
Deshaun.
go.
don't
done.
do that.
Let go.
y'all never
Yep,
seen
had
the
to
movie
mute.
Frozen
Hey,
with
bro,
Hugh
I
We
had to
Jackman
mute your
and stuff?
mic,
No,
bro. We
There you
ain't
listen.
go.
doing that.
yeah, let
Ain't
that
no
The
go.
thing is,
different
I
what I'm
mean, you
DW
saying
could
is,
though.
have
no, listen,
anybody
listen.
at
So let me talk.
quarterback.
let me
you're
talk.
leading the league in drops, I mean, it's gonna be a lot of
No, just let
quarterbacks
me
that have
talk.
an
Let me
issue
talk.
with
That's
that.
true.
Y'all said earlier that they brought in an average ass quarterback to dump it off to McCaffrey the whole time, but they tried to trade for Deshaun Watson
Exactly.
before they brought in
They try
Bro,
to bring in
bro,
McCaffrey.
and y'all
Stafford.
not,
That
But
was
but y'all not
Darnold was
Saquon
piecing,
playing
Barkley's their
C.
but y'all
playing.
aren't piecing it together. McCaffrey is not fucking playing.
Right.
You have to
That's
piece
the
it
point.
together.
Everybody.
Y'all
And
keep
let me ask you
forgetting
this. And
that.
let me ask you this. Who did
But
they
that
say?
don't make
Who
sense
did they
because you
put up
try to
as
trade for a
collateral?
quarterback in the offseason when you figured
Answer the
CMC was
question.
gonna
Who did
be
they put
there.
up as collateral in that Deshaun Watson trade? Who was in the report?
CMC.
I mean, that
Thank you, bro.
is
That's
it a
all
Matt
I'm saying.
Rule and
They
Fitterer
realized that
swore
was a
that's a
stupid
lie.
ass idea to pay a running back that can't. Well, obviously back then he was healthy, but he can't stay fucking healthy. They
But that
realized they can't build around him. They can't use Darnold, so they was gonna go get that rapist to try to come play quarterback for us. And what did he say?
allegedly.
No,
Apparently, allegedly,
but
he
that.
no
But
no no
see,
no
the
no ain't no
only thing
damn
that
allegedly.
or
Allegedly, he said
or you just
allegedly
you
he
just
said he didn't.
you just ain't got no elite talent on your team but Christian McCaffrey. So he's the best you can do. We
Yeah.
know the price is
Well,
gonna be
exactly,
high for Deshaun. That's the best you can do. Christian McCaffrey's the
and
only
not
elite
even
talent
that. What
outside of
what
Stephon
kills
Crazy
Gilmore.
that
thing,
whole
though,
thought process is
we
you
have
tried to trade
defenders that
when you
just
thought
good.
CMC was gonna be there
I
week
don't want to
one.
get rid of those defenders though.
I'm just
so
saying, when you're trying to get elite talent, you're gonna have it's a trade.
Yeah, you
You're
gonna have
gonna
to
have
come in.
to
You gonna
Listen,
have to
Right,
you're
come
gonna
in.
try to
playoff
get
is
their
a
fair
all
family
share.
team.
all I'm
Come
gonna
on,
say
man.
That's a
is
But I'm
There's
not
fact.
gonna
this:
certain
sit here
people
and
we don't
flex.
want to let go of.
I'm not
all I'm
gonna sit
gonna
here
say
and
is
flex.
this:
Let's
they're
say
trying to
let's
build that
let's let's
defense.
say we
This
going after somebody. Let's say we going after somebody else, and now old boy in Houston. If we getting another quarterback of his talent of his caliber, another quarterback of his caliber, you think I'm not giving up Christian McCaffrey for that shit? Lost your damn mind, bro. I'm giving that shit up
well,
all damn day, bro.
you
That's
you
what I'm
can't
saying.
you
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 can't
gotta
know
you
how
don't
much
gotta
the
you
money
thing
they
don't
is,
spent
gotta
in
hold
go
on.
getting
The
with
thing
to
all
is,
trade
that.
guys,
him?
$28
hold
million
on
dollar
one
cap
minute.
hit.
The thing is, guys, you got to understand something. Houston had no interest in dealing with that damn contract, just like we probably shouldn't have dealt with that damn contract. So what it boils down to is this: we have who we have. We need to hope that CMC comes back so we can keep rolling. The defense is finally playing at a high level, and
Finally,
see what we got. Yeah, it's finally
I've been
because
saying
Well,
it
they've been
and
since
playing
for
it.
we
They've
everybody
been
I'm
playing at a
tired of
high level
hoping.
all year.
I've been hoping since this
for
fucking
everybody
That's
that's
since
cap.
this fucking
That's cap.
franchise has been created. I'm tired of hoping. I want to know.
see
we've been to two
here's the
Super Bowls,
reality.
bro. Like, what more do you
Here's the
want?
reality. Okay,
You got
the
like this.
reality is even if they would have traded Christian McCaffrey in that deal, you're eating a $32 million cap hit this year.
Yeah.
Okay, I
It's
mean,
not
Listen,
beneficial to
I'm no
players.
proponent. I'm no proponent of this bringing Deshaun here, but it would have offset it, fam. The dead money that Houston's eating, it would have offset it.
That
So
makes
that
no
that
that
is really it's
that
not
that
really a
makes
big deal.
no sense though.
It does make complete. Have you
How
seen the
many running
contract?
backs do the? I mean, they just got rid of a running back, but how many running backs do the Texans have?
5
Well,
Yeah,
hold
and
on,
a
a
half.
guys.
lot
Y'all do know
I
that
and
mean,
a
I made
half.
that number up, but they got a lot.
here. That was a
well,
different
and
regime.
And again, this shit, and I tell niggas that all the time. This shit is not Madden. So just because you think on Madden you can trade CMC for a first round pick, realistically, what running backs get traded for first round picks?
Especially
High
injury
end.
See,
prone
money.
ones.
They was trying to trade
Yeah,
McCaffrey for
CMC not
O
coming
line,
here.
elite
Yeah,
O line. That's what people
Same
were
way,
saying.
and same way we know niggas is we know the nigga is hurt all the time. You think the rest of the league don't see that shit?
right, Christian McCaffrey,
facts.
nobody's
They
trading
just
for
People
Christian
want
blind.
to
McCaffrey.
get
They don't
elite.
have
How
no
much?
doctors.
How much do
Like
y'all think we would have gotten for McCaffrey if we traded him after his thousand season, still on a rookie
Ain't nobody
contract?
eating that contract,
No,
No,
fam.
no,
no,
he
I'm
talking
saying
about he
before
before
the
talking
we
about
paid him.
contract.
I'm
before
saying
the
before we
contract.
you
paid him.
ain't
Yeah,
getting the
Like
first
he just
round
won a
pick that
thousand.
niggas think you getting on Madden.
no,
I
you're
can
not getting
promise
a
you
I'm
first
that.
just
round
asking,
pick. You
like
would have gotten a
what do
second
y'all think we
round.
would have gotten?
Man,
You'd
you
have
don't
been
even
lucky to
see
get
that
a
Yes,
poor
first.
we would
lateral
have
in the
got
Dallas game. What the fuck was that?
production.
Then if
Yes,
we
we
would have
would
traded
have.
That
McCaffrey
was some
for a
stupid
third
shit.
round, fourth round
It's
pick, niggas would have been
it.
crying.
Hey, it says a lot though,
It,
don't it? Don't it say a lot?
well, the reality of the matter is, there's a reason why running backs and a lot of wide receivers don't get taken until the last half of the first round, right? That's because the way the draft is set up now, and the way college talent is developed, you can get quality wide receivers and you can get quality running backs later in the draft. You don't have to pay them up front. You don't have to extend contracts. You don't have to sign free agents. If you can build your roster properly, which is you get a decent quarterback, you get an offensive line, and you get a defensive line, because at the end of the day, the game is won and lost in the trenches and by that quarterback position. If you get all those three things in place, there is no need to pay for that kind of talent, because your quarterback should be able to elevate them.
But when you're trying to
Well,
trade a
McCaffrey
skill
came
you don't.
to
position
the league
player,
with
That's
an
not the
when you're
incredibly
trying
situation
high
we
when you're
in.
trying to
rate.
when you're trying to trade
McCaffrey get used too much.
when you're trying to trade a skill position player though, who honestly ever gets what they really feel like they should have get? When the Texans traded fucking Hop, who's one of the best receivers in the league, how many niggas said, "Oh, they hold themselves on that deal"?
They did.
Everybody.
And
They
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 did.
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 They
Yeah, but
absolutely did.
That was the
they didn't
worst.
want
Somebody
to
That
pay
always
was
him.
one
gonna
of the
They
lose
worst
in
took
the
moves
on
I've
they
trade.
ever
took on
seen in
David
my
Pay
Johnson's
him.
shit contract, and
But they
they gave away picks. I mean, they did. They did not win that trade
they got
by any
So the
Somebody
stretch of the
only
always
people,
take
imagination.
the
so the
L
only
in the
people that's
trade.
really getting traded for what teams feel like they should get or what the fan base feels like they should get is quarterbacks. That's it.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And and
Maybe.
receivers Stephon Diggs got traded for a first round pick to Buffalo. Hello, let's not forget that. DeAndre Hopkins got traded. Receivers are getting traded, bro, because they don't want to pay them.
Julio got
Like,
traded.
But again, I mean, that's not necessarily the wrong choice. I mean, if you have a perennial,
Muhammad Sanu got a second round
Oh,
pick.
if you have a perennial talent like DeAndre Hopkins, sure, feel free to pay him, right? But at the end of the day, the talent that's coming out in the draft, you can get.
D Hop didn't go for a first
Yeah,
too.
he
At
didn't.
the end of the day, James Robinson had 1,000 yards, was top 5 in rushing last year. And when did he get drafted?
And how many games they win?
He was undrafted.
He was undrafted.
How many
He
games we
was.
win and we
Thank you,
paid
bro.
him?
That's what I'm saying. He was undrafted. And how many
And
games
Jacksonville still didn't think that nigga was the answer because they
they
still
drafted?
drafted
They
a running
drafted
back
a
in the
running
first
back in the
round.
first round.
So obviously James Robinson, you ain't as cold as you think
Oh,
you
hold
are
on,
because
hold
they
on. Stop the
still
cap now.
drafted a nigga in
Stop
the
the
no,
first
cap
round.
now.
he is
Stop the
good.
cap.
Don't
James
give him
Robinson, he can run now. Stop the cap.
hell yeah.
Again, obviously Jacksonville didn't feel you was a man because they drafted a running back in the first
But
round.
who their
Urban
head
But that's
coach,
Meyer
bro?
because Urban
fucking
Meyer
That's
is an
that's
OC.
because
Hell,
Urban
we
Urban
Meyer
Meyer,
drafted a running
nowhere
bro.
back
Are
Urban
we
too.
Meyer
really that
drafted
down
Travis
bad, y'all?
Etienne
We
to play
Meyer
going through
wide
Jackson
receiver.
Dale
What
as
are
a
we talking
murderer?
years,
about?
Urban would be looking for another job. He does not know what
He
he's doing.
drafted he
He
drafted
don't.
a running back to play wide receiver in a wide receiver stack class, bro. We not talking about fucking Urban Meyer, bro.
Yeah, that
I'm
dude's
just
Yeah,
saying.
you got to
that
throw
is
logic.
not.
You got to throw logic
I'm
behind
just
He's
that.
saying,
running.
bro. Like,
He's
We
running.
I mean,
drafted
if
a
you
He's
want
running
to
running
go
back
off of that
too.
logic, we
Jacksonville.
did the same shit.
Hell, are you talking about? He's
Exact,
running
Let me finish.
Jacksonville Jaguars.
We drafted a running back.
If
ex,
we are talking
We
about
exactly.
we drafted a running back and moved it to a wide receiver and took a running back that a lot of niggas thought was a slot receiver and played him at running back.
the
I don't
Jaguars.
I don't think you can fit that same logic with the same one that
that's what
the
I'm saying.
Jags took. Because
Curtis
the reason
Samuel,
why they
Curtis
brought Christian
played.
in because they wanted Cam to take them layups. They didn't. It was different than just Travis Etienne being the favorite guy or his friends with Trevor
Trevor.
Lawrence. It wasn't that kind of bullshit logic. It was they had a reason for drafting CMC. They wanted Cam to stop going for the home run ball, get your completion percentage up, get your efficiency up under North Turner, dump that thing off. We know he's a guy that can feature running backs. He has productive running backs. So that's what they wanted to do. They were trying to build around Cam. So
That's
that was
right.
the logic behind that more
Curtis
so
was
than
still
anything.
a running back that you made into a receiver,
No,
and
but
a lot of people had
but
McCaffrey as a
That's
slot receiver, and we played him at running
Curtis
no,
back.
was a
bro.
good receiver though.
Curtis was a wild out in college, bro. He just so happened to play running back too. That was the thing
His
about it.
that's
He's
a
a
cap.
He
gadget.
was,
He's just a
That's
bro.
gadget.
hey, but he
No,
played
that's
no.
cap.
Curtis was lined up at both, bro. We not
Ohio
finishing him
State.
play.
Yeah, Curtis was an
He's a
H back.
gadget.
Yeah,
He can
Curtis,
play
he
both.
wasn't.
but
He was a
Curtis
running back.
definitely had to
Ohio
change. Look
State.
at Curtis' body. He had to change his build to fit a receiver build. When he first got the league, he was big, like his legs and stuff was bigger because he was built like a running back.
We should have gave that. We should have
That's
gave
what
that
he
money
did.
to Curtis instead of Robbie,
But
though. That's what I've said. I've
Ohio
been saying that though.
I
I don't think we should have paid Curtis, but I mean, like, I understand not paying Curtis, but looking back on Robbie's contract, I really wish we didn't pay him.
Think about it though. Like I said before, I've been playing on Twitter a little bit, but like Curtis can do Christian McCaffrey like things. He has that versatility. We had a bunch of guys that same skill set, 5'11", 190, 200 something pounds that can catch a
Facts.
run. DJ Moore
Yeah,
can do that. Not Robbie. Curtis can do that. Christian McCaffrey. So we had Robbie lining up in the eye, bro. If
yeah,
you
I
watch
saw
that
that.
damn
Yeah,
football
you're
team
right.
game
I
last
saw that.
year, this motherfucker went off. He had like a couple rushing touchdowns out of the eye running the zone, reading the zone read, like
Yep.
running the zone read, bro. Like that's the skill set that you need to have a safety blanket when a Christian McCaffrey goes out.
They
But they
lined up
decided to go
Curtis
with the
back there in that
loyalty.
eye back too. Not maybe not in the eye
Well,
back, but
I
they
mean, if
lined
you
up back
go
in
off
there running
of
back
this
too.
year, they feel like Shy Smith can do some of the stuff Curtis was doing.
Nah,
no, I mean he's not. He's not.
Shy is more
Josh
gadget.
Smith
He's more
is a
gadget. This Curtis was running the Curtis was literally running the zone, bro. He was reading the zone,
He
running it,
was.
reading blocks, hitting. He scored a rushing touchdown against the Falcons, I think. He had another one.
He was
Yeah,
It's different.
he had 1,000 rushing and receiving
Yep.
combined.
and people talking about we haven't figured out how to run the offense without Christian McCaffrey, but last year we kind of did. We were very productive
Right,
Mike
without
Davis
him.
because
We
was
had a
Yeah, but
working
we
top
with him.
didn't
star
this
player.
year
Curtis
though.
Samuel and Christian McCaffrey coming out of college were regarded as kind of the same type of player.
they
Exactly,
were
they were.
Because
I'm
they
just
are.
saying this year is the
they
new year.
were.
People are saying he's been out. He's only played 6 games in the past 2 years. Why can't you figure it out? Last year they did. They just couldn't score in the fucking red zone. This year, new personnel, obviously new quarterback with different limitations
And no
compared to
Mike
Teddy,
Davis.
and no Mike Davis. But like it's different. It's a different team. Curtis Samuel and Mike Davis are gone. Teddy is gone. It's a different team. So you have to redo your game plan almost every year when you
Yeah,
change
but you
personnel.
do that. I agree
I
with you,
don't
bro.
trust
But
Joe
you do
Brady no more.
you do
I lost
you do
all
that
faith in that dude.
Hey, while we're
you
on
do
Joe
that ba-
Brady and his stupid ass, can we talk about his stupid fucking 1-0 tweet today?
Oh,
Because he did it again
hey,
today.
it's ten.
He
Oh
He
Hey,
does
it's
it
tweeted
my!
after
out
ten.
that
every
stupid
week.
I
It's
1-0
mean,
ten.
I don't
shit
like
It's
again
it.
a.
today.
y'all haven't
It's
learned yet. You
it's
haven't learned yet.
it's
Did
That's
y'all
ten.
see
not
the
Man,
0
him
he
though.
hasn't
tweets?
used that in 4
Did
weeks,
y'all
man.
see
Let him
0
calm
1
down.
tweets? I didn't see 0 1
That's him
tweets.
going. That's him going with Matt Rule thing, which is every week we just focus on being 1-0 at the end of the week.
He done bought in, I guess.
Shit retarded,
No,
man.
no, I want to talk about something else though. According to Joe Brady, do y'all think that Matt Rule's coaching style is holding back Joe Brady? Because clearly there's some kind of disconnect when it comes to the type of game plan. Obviously,
Rule
Joe
didn't
Brady's not a
hire
ground
that
and pound
man.
type. Hold on.
Rule
Joe
didn't
Brady's no
hire him.
ground and pound type of dude.
Joe
He's no ground and pound type of dude. We saw what they did at LSU,
I
throwing the stuff
think Joe
around.
Brady is
he
Joe
was a
Brady
he
wasn't
was a
hired
passing
by
game
that man.
coordinator.
Joe
Right.
Brady wasn't
no.
hired by that man.
That's cap. What I will say is I think
Big
Joe
cap.
Brady is the type where he think his offense can save any quarterback, and that's why we've been
No.
doing any quarterback.
It's a
Well,
very
And
quarterback
Matt
friendly
Rule
No.
is
offense,
saying,
though.
No.
I think
It's a
Rule
very
and Matt
quarterback
Rule
Rule
friendly
is saying,
offense.
"Yo,
Rule didn't
let's
hire that
kill all
man.
that."
Rule
It's a
didn't
very
hire that
quarterback
man.
friendly offense.
Well,
Bruh,
so
look at Joe Burrow himself. Joe Burrow is the beginning of Captain Save-A-Ho. That nigga ran from Ohio State because you couldn't start over Dwayne Haskins.
Right.
but
Did
so
we all forget that?
the
Well,
I
thing about Joe
mean,
Brady,
I'm not finna sit here and flex like Joe Burrow not balling out in the NFL right now though. So
Joe Burrow was
right?
but
ass his
but
first year at LSU.
is there a clash of styles because Joe Brady doesn't have the experience, so he may not have an experience being with a quarterback that has all these issues or offense that has the deficiencies. Maybe
Well,
he's tried all he can to try to fix what's going on or fix the
But I'm
problem,
Okay.
saying,
and
look
he's
at
there.
Joe
So what does
Burrow at
that tell you,
LSU.
though?
Period. He ran from Ohio State. Then you was asked your first year at LSU. Then you get Joe Brady, and then you become a Heisman Trophy first round
Uh,
pick. When
Get those receivers he had. That
so
motherfucker had
the
top notch
to
receivers.
to kind of to kind of
facts,
double down on what Dave said, though. I mean, if you look at the
Jefferson,
LSU,
TMJ, Marsh.
you look at the LSU offense that we had that was there when Joe Brady was there. They threw the ball 62% of the time, right? He's clearly, if he wasn't even the offensive coordinator, I get that, but he's a passing game coordinator. He's the kind of person who wants to throw the ball 60 to 70% of the time, right? He doesn't want to run the ball. Matt Rule is a ground and pound. I want to play good defense and want win with a running game. They're two completely conflicting ideas, and there
And
is
is he though?
that's where my question
and
comes
there
from.
is no way that Matt Rule was behind that hire. There's
I
just
know he
not.
wasn't.
do
There's
we
no way.
do we know what the hell Matt Rule is?
No,
Matt Rule.
Yeah, I don't think y'all know
Thank
what
you.
Yeah,
Matt
That's a,
Rule.
Matt
Y'all
that's a
think
Rule,
good
Matt
question.
Matt
Rule
Rule,
don't got he
ain't
don't
Matt
have
I thought
Rule
he was
isn't
one
Matt
thing, and
Rule.
he's not
They
showing it.
said
Matt
I
Rule,
thought he was
bro.
like an innovative
No,
guy,
fuck no.
but he's sitting there drafting all
Matt Rule,
defense.
Matt
bro.
Rule at his root,
bro,
and
he
Matt
played
Rule
at
at
he
his
played at
root
Penn
is
State.
a motivator. He's gonna let the offensive coordinator and the
facts.
First
defensive
Baptist
coordinator
of
and
Cap.
and and
He
that's
go,
why I get so confused when the media is asking, "Oh man, are you gonna call plays this week?" I was like, "This nigga don't know shit. What the fuck he
his
facts,
gonna do?
initial his
What the fuck
initial
he gonna do?
facts.
his initial thought process his
What the
initial
fuck he
thought
gonna?"
process is to let his offensive coordinator and his defensive coordinator rock out. That's why he takes Phil Snow
Oh,
everywhere he goes.
another Mike
So
Thomas.
He don't want to
He
be in
another
the
Mike
defensive
Thomas.
room like that.
Yeah, he's like a Mike
hold on, hold on,
Tomlin.
whoa, whoa,
He's
hold
a
on,
Mike
hold on,
Thomas.
hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. I'm gonna tell y'all this right now. What we not gonna do? We not gonna disrespect the Super Bowl winning black head coach and say some bullshit like that. All right, we not finna say no bullshit like that. But I do want to say it's starting to get a little late. You know what I'm saying? So we probably gonna run this thing just for a little bit longer. Before we end it for the night. Um. So yeah. If you guys want to request, you can. Tony had to leave. He got to get up for work in the morning and everything. So big shout out to him. But if we get any new requests, just holler at me or send me a DM if you got a question or whatever. And if not, we gonna keep the same squad rolling until we end it in probably about the next 10 or 15 minutes. So y'all just let me know. All right.
Let me ask: do y'all
Yo,
think
Bro,
when we
I was a
re-sign
disrespect.
Philly?
I'm pro black,
What he meant by that is
probably
only
more
Matt
than
Rule.
anybody. I'm
Matt
only
Rule
just
only
saying
isn't
that
Sean
re-sign.
Payton.
dude.
He not sticking his head in the offensive room all day. He not a defensive coach like Ron Rivera or Bill Belichick. He not stepping his head in the defensive coordinator room. He really trying to let both of them rock out.